Well, hey, internet friends. Bloody Dingo here. Back for a wee stream. Talk about a few things. So, I sing my wee song while we're waiting for people to come along. Dingo, 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 and Dingo was his name, yo. Oh, you. All right, Ghost in the prison. Nice tricks with you, boy. Taking over. You've even been getting a mention from this guy, OG Wan Kenobi. He's been talking about you in his few of his crazy ass videos. Oh, I forgot to put his channel link in the description. Damn it. Oh well. Not the end of the world. Malibu, how's you, girl? Good to see you. Glad. Well, not glad. Sorry. I see you've been getting a few mentions on my on from OJ One Kenobi. So, I thought I'd talk about a few things here. There's Treach. What about you, Treach? How's it going? Let me just sort this out. Oh, that wasn't right. There we go. Means I can sit and look at the chat. Ta-da! Yeah. It seems like OG wants to rake up through the coals. He wants to try and project his nonsense onto myself and other people because I don't think he likes that people get together in live streams, hang out, and have a chat about what's going on and share information. The last stream I had some of his cronies come in and started asking questions, to me about him. And then the next thing, a video comes out that all I'm doing is talking about him. It's like fucking okay. So you set that up. So I thought to myself, okay, well, sure, I'll do a stream just for OG One Kenobi, as he likes to talk. He likes to say I'm talking about him. So uh, we'll talk about him now. Some people mightn't be aware of who OJ One Kenobi is, but hold on, folks. He's a which would be a surprise if you didn't know who OJ was. OJ One Kenobi. OG One Kenobi. Fuck's sake. There's OJs, there's OVs, there's OGs. It's like what the hell? There'll be OBs next. So I'd be surprised if you don't know him because he's the guy who took down the whole Pizzagate gang. He took down the Pizzagate gang by himself. How many weeks now? All by himself. And he did this big, like, hour-long documentary that's all true, allegedly. He's still crying tackle cults. He's got to a point now. The wee man, or sorry, the wee boy, because he's a small lad, so he is. He's not very big. Scrawny wee lad himself, so he is. He started up a channel called Busted Manginas, which I'll be honest with you, I laughed my fucking ass. I seen I heard saw the name Busted Manginas, and he said he was going to have a bit of fun. Well, I thought maybe he's going to have a bit of banter with me, laugh, all the rest of it. And I watched one of his videos, and I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, it's the same shit that he's got on his other two channels. You know, it's him fucking crying about me, telling stories, projecting all his lies onto me. Uh, Still likes to say that I sold out to Mr. Gunk, and we're still waiting for you to prove that one. 18 months later, or 2 years later, however fucking long it is later. And they've never did prove it. I debunked them. The video's there. It's called Cheats and Chong. It's on the Scooby Doom channel if anybody wants to watch it. It totally debunks the lies of OG Wan Kenobi. So, when I came back here, I thought to myself, do you know what? I'm going to drop the Scooby Doom channel. I'll just start up another channel. I'll leave it all behind me. As far as I was concerned, we'd sorted things out. It was apparently a misunderstanding of a few things, and OG wanted to carry on. I guess he's bored. He's got time for me now. He claims. Um, and I want to apologize to you all because everybody that is being attacked is more or less it's my fault because it's me that he really hates and it's me that he really wants to expose. So he's kind of using people around me that interact with me to try and expose me and get people to turn on me, etc., etc. But it is what it is. I don't mind. So as I said, I was kind of leaving this all behind. That's why I started this bloody dingo. That's why I didn't put a video up on my channel announcing that I'll not be using this channel anymore. Um, I'm going to be using this one and giving everybody a link. No, I just left it behind. Just stuff it. What's it matter? If people want to find you, they'll find you. And from what I've learned of the drift movement anyway, it's a lot of bullshit. So there's not a lot of videos that I had a lot of interest in making. There's a few topics, but I'm not in a rush to go out and do anything. So I thought I can drop into people's live streams. I can do some live streams myself. People can talk, chat, etc., etc., and get on. And I think that's something maybe that these people don't like. They don't like to see groups of people getting on. And this isn't just about OG in that respect. There's a whole lot of other avatars out there that don't like to see people get on. They like to troll you, they like to attack you, accuse you of all these things. They never produce evidence. No matter how much they protest that you're a liar and you're this and you're that, they never produce anything. And it's one of the things that was noted quite a while ago that whenever a group of people do kind of get together, should naturally, of course, um, and they start, talking about current events, past events, and things that they've seen or maybe been involved with, and um, people are getting on. There's always somebody has to come in and fucking wants to ruin it, starts the backbiting. And I don't like that because I was a bit fucking naive too, like the rest of you. I got sucked in at the start. I used to watch tacos there. Attack. When I say attack, I don't mean attack. Have a go at Canada about something, and it's like, what the fuck are you on about? That's fucking terrible. Because I thought Canada was a decent guy. He was, I thought he was on the level. He was speaking about things that I understood, that I felt about the same way. And when I woke up out of my fucking naive stupor that I was in, thankfully fucking Taco was still fucking about. She didn't fucking take it out on me. And she just said, we know what we know. We've all been there before. Sorry, reading the chat. Um, yeah, so people realized, that maybe hoped that I wake up, and when I did wake up to what was happening around me, some good people got around me and got me through some shitty times when you're being attacked, when people are putting out freaking, said to me, don't take it personal because these people, this is what they do. They do it to everybody. You're not special, and I'm not special because they do it to everybody. And this is just like a general thing because they don't want anybody in the way who could possibly paint a bad light. One of the things that one of the things that OG doesn't like is the fact that when him and Freddie did the memorial lot, um, I didn't react to it straight away. By the way, folks, other people did. I It was a bank holiday that weekend, and I had to wait till the Tuesday to the park workers they got to speak to the manager. So I could have contact with them and verify what was said. You know, so that's why I waited. That's why I held back on my video. But when I put it out, I made sure all the information was there. I showed all the information. These guys were proven to be liars. Full stop. OG wants to tell you that, well, Freddie lied to me. I'm innocent. I had nothing to do with this. Well, he did, folks. He did. And there's proof of that, too. And I'll get there. And maybe do we, I was thinking about doing like a mini YouTube series, season one, episode one. Just where we're all in lockdown. But obviously, some people aren't handling lockdown too well. OG's in lockdown at the minute, the same as myself. And back to what I was talking about, he's created this channel, uh, Busted Manginas. I was expecting to have a bit of a laugh and a joke with it, but it's got all serious. It's got all nasty. There's nothing funny in there. It's just, oh, what are you doing? This guy was actually up to 5 o'clock in the morning making videos about me. 5 o'clock in the morning, folks. I mean, what sort of crazy is that? So, um, I thought to myself, he thinks I'm talking about him all the time. I'll give him some attention because that's obviously what he wants from me. He wants attention. And well, there's Treach. Let me see us here. What's that? Hey, Scoob, give me a link and I will answer your questions. Well, I will take you up on that offer, Treach. I'll drop you a link and you can come in, have a wee chat with me if you want. This should be interesting, folks. Treach Renfro, come on down. The price is right. Click the link and I'll whisk you away to Never Never Land. Follow the yellow brick road. So there you go. We're just waiting on Treats to come in there. Nice one. There he is. At the stream. Treats, welcome to Bloody Dingo. I'm sure this is the turn up for the books. You coming onto my stream and talking to me. Oh, oh my goodness, what will be revealed?
I can't hear anything.
You can't hear anything. Don't know, mate. Apologies. I can't see anything on my end. Check the top of your screen. I noticed fucking. Nothing at all, mate. No. Damn it! What's going on here? I'll put out another link. Let's see. Copy. There's another link for you there, Treach. Yeah, people don't realize what these live streams are. As I said, this is just where a lot of people get together and fucking just hang out and chat. Can you hear me now, Treach? No.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, but I can't hear you.
I don't hear Scooby.
Have you got me in mute somewhere? Or you shouldn't. You're not in mute. I'm not in mute. Everybody else can hear me. Oh, what the hell, man. Oh. I don't know, Treach, if you're able to hear me whenever you're in the chat. Obviously, you must be able to hear me stream. Does somebody else want to jump in the stream there a minute? Just to check us here to see if it's my issue or could be StreamYards. They're under a lot of pressure at the moment, apparently, because of everybody's in lockdown, everybody's on the internet. Yeah, somebody jump in for a wee second in the chat. Click the link, even just for a second, just to see if you can hear me when you jump in. Please. Thank you very much. Just for a test, you know? Remember that there's all right, Ghost, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. So, Treach, the problem is on your end. Hold on, I'll add him. Hey, Treach.
I can hear you now.
Yay. Ghost, you may as well stay here while you're here. Sure, why not? Why the hell not?
What's up, Ghost?
Yeah, why the hell not?
Because apparently you were trying to get fucking OG Wan Kenobi to fucking investigate some fucking guy to do with fucking child stuff. I don't really want to know, but he's trying to drag you into this because you've come onto my streams and stuff, and because you're around Treats as well. He thinks you're a jib camera or something like that there.
Yeah, it's one of those guilty by association deals. Is that what we're talking
about? Yeah. Well, that's going to be an interesting one for the future, the whole guilty by association. But that's for the future, so I'll not talk about. So, Treats, some people have been around. Some people in the chats here haven't. Obviously, last year, it's nearly 2 years ago, actually. It would be almost 2 years, where a group of us all kind of got together. I would say it was probably orchestrated by Freddie, or Freddie at least probably took control of things. or you know what I
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah,
Kind of took
he definitely
the
liked to do that.
the lead of things, and we all got kind of on the same page about um, basically Honeybee had released information via a comment or chat or something telling Freddie of Dave T. And Freddie then started telling everybody about Dave T. OG Wan Kenobi put a video up showing that he had found Dave T on the internet on his criminal record, and that was basically it. And when I saw his video, then I decided, you know what, I'm going to research this and I'm going to document it, which is exactly what my video more or less is. It's me documenting, looking up information about this
Yeah,
guy's
that was right
internet
when
history. That was the
that,
beginning.
that was right when OG introduced me to Freddie.
Yeah.
Because the first live stream I was ever on was when we confronted Dave T. That was my breaking the ice of the live stream world.
Yeah. You know, I always find that fucking weird. Here's two things that I've found weird, that two coincidences, right? Dave T gets called out for, his crimes, right? And they are his crimes. He's tried to deny it or say he was fucking
No, he took a plea deal.
fitted up. Yeah, he took a plea deal. That's right. But so he was called out, and Mr. Gunk was called out for grooming this 15-year-old and getting her to send him pictures or something of herself.
Hey, the thing is, you kind of glossed over it. He took a plea deal, and the plea deal was second-degree sodomy. So, what was the actual charge?
Yeah.
What was the higher charges? You know what I mean?
Well, that's it. Like he took the plea more or less, and he was I believe you'd be given the plea to save the witness having to testify. But it was, I would imagine that would be an open. I mean, it's heady. See, if there was even a fucking hint of you being innocent, you wouldn't take a plea, and you wouldn't
Absolutely.
plead guilty to that type of crime. Full stop. If you were innocent, so I mean, he was one of the ones that was called out, and Mr. Gunk was called out, and I just, the guy came on the Friday stream out of nowhere and jumped in, no problem, and so that was Freddie's stream. He just came to Freddie's stream and jumped in. And then Freddie was able to stream and ask Mr. Gunk all these questions about him. And these were people, well, Gunk came out about 3 months before that, but nobody seemed too upset until, Freddie found out about Dave T. But then Freddie had his own wee agenda going on with J Deluxe, etc., that maybe none of us were privy to at the time. But later some of us would find out about it.
Yeah, the Jamie Deluxe thing, I think that's probably why I kind of wasn't included in the group initially, is because I had a kind of weird dealings with Jamie and didn't really care for him. So when our group kind of migrated over to Jamie Deluxe's channel, that's where I jumped out and just kind of was doing my own thing, because I didn't care for him myself. But I did I did like Jamie's, his pieces that he did on, the Hollywood executives and stuff like that. He made some really amazing videos. So I didn't want to take away from that, but I wasn't really cool with him as a person. So I wasn't going to go hang out in his live streams while he smoked weed and shit and try to act like I was cool with him, because I wasn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's where we all kind of got brought together, and we kind of all got brought together through Discord, where we were all introduced to each other. And I was from day one under the impression that, because whenever the first Discord happened, it was me, OG, and Freddie were in a group of three. Obviously, there was the main room, but me, OG, and Freddie were in a group of three. So I assumed that 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 was the so-called this we were the people that were going to be putting out content about this, or taking action on what people thought about things. And then Wake Now was introduced, and I didn't know him from Adam, and I was kind of led to believe that nobody knew him, which I later found out wasn't true. And you were brought in the group, and I didn't know you either. I'd never seen you around, and I was a bit. I don't mean it to be. I wasn't pissed off that you were brought into the group, but it was like, okay, many more people are going to be brought into the, you know, because it just kept on getting bigger and bigger. And I always felt like the more people you bring in, and the fucking easier it is for things to get messy. Because that's just fact. That's how it goes. So when you come in, I had no idea that people knew each other, the lengths of time that they knew each other. I didn't know anybody. I was completely new to everybody. I'd seen people around. I mean, OG and Freddie acted like, Freddie acted like he'd just come across OG. But then discovered later that Freddie and OG had known each other for a hell of a long time, couple of years.
Yeah. See, the thing is you were right. OG and I mean, he donned the title as my best friend, and I introduced him, as the same. I'm pretty sure when he brought me into that group, he said, "This is my best friend, Terrace," and or I at least said, OG's, my closest friend. So when OG brought me into that group, he was my best friend, dude. We had hours upon hours upon hours of calls and chats and whatnot, for years. So him introducing me to Freddie and to you, and I think Wait Now may have been in there. I just thought these were three guys that he trusted and that I could trust too. So I came in with no guard. I came in comfortable and ready to share whatever I could. You know what I mean? Because I had no reservations about OG. I thought he was a good person. Dude, my wife could tell you, me and her have sat here, all three of us, snotty nose, watching fucking OG cry about Pizzagate and how he wanted to contribute. And I'm like, dude, start a YouTube channel, put some content out. It'll make you feel like you're doing something. You know what I mean?
So you kind of help push OG in the direction
I take full responsibility for the monster that OG has become because I swear, because he was a sweet dude. He was a caring dude. We shared very intimate stuff with each other. And when 3 weeks ago or so, he came out of the blue and started attacking me, writing posts on his main channel directly to me. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? I haven't even talked about you in months. And as a matter of fact, those that were there in those streams know I had dropped all of the shit. I didn't give a fuck who was mad at me anymore. I wasn't mad at them anymore, and I didn't care what they had to say because I was moving on. You know what I mean? We'd been through this shit for long enough. I'm ready to do other things. I'm ready to worry about new things. And then all of a sudden fucking OG wants to come in out of left field. I had no idea that him and Freddie were even having beef because I haven't been looking at their shit. I don't give a fuck about them. You know what I mean? Once somebody screws me over and I see that they're not worth shit, I fucking move on. I don't give a fuck about them. I'm not going to wake up every day and try to make it a mission to tear them down. OG has made his life just going up people's asses and tearing people down. And that is some terrible karma to be building for yourself, OG. All you do is attack people and call people names and just demean people and talk down to people like we're not all humans, like people don't make mistakes and shit. OG thinks his shit comes right out of his asshole and he don't have to wipe. This motherfucker thinks that his shit don't stink and he's never done a goddamn thing wrong in his life. But I know OG. I know Ryan. I know intimate details about his life, about his family, about his friends, all that shit. And for him to come out of left field and start attacking me because he's seen some shit that I put out 10 months ago, everything that I ever put out about OG, Freddie, or anybody was in response to what they were doing to me in the first place. So OG wants to act like, oh shit, he can sit there and run his mouth about Scooby. He can sit there and run his mouth about Malibu Sky, who he's never had any fucking dealings with. He can run his mouth about Thomas, who's never done anything wrong to him. And all these fucking people just develop opinions about him and just spread bullshit about him. Well, karma's a bitch, motherfucker, and it's going to fucking bite you in the ass.
Yeah, well, that's it. Pretty quick. Sorry, Gus, I didn't know you had left.
Sorry, I didn't mean to get triggered. I told myself when I was coming on, I was going to be calm.
It's not about being triggered or anything. It's because, you know, when all this kind of happened, whenever this broke out, I mean, look, last year, the last time I was on here about what 10 months ago. You were in Zero Unity's chat, and I gave you a hard time about shit and called you out and fucking all the rest of it, like, and then I wasn't prepared to let a few things go. You know, I'd been away then. I did that live stream of Flo talking to Freddie, or I don't know if OG came on the stream, maybe he did, but he was in the comment section anyway, and I felt some things were at least put to rest there, or my point was made and witnessed before a lot of other people. And a few things happened the next day, and it took me out of play for a wee while. And then when I was able to come back, I just said, you know what? I couldn't be arsed. I'm just going to enjoy my summer here. And that's exactly what I did.
Can I say something real quick? Sorry,
yeah,
I hate to interrupt you. I keep seeing Thomas's name in the chat. Anybody that's still concerned about Thomas and Cicada and all the drama that followed him, I urge you to check all 5 of my fucking channels and see where I've been promoting any Thomas bullshit, or I've been talking about it in my streams, or I've been bringing him up, or any fucking thing. I don't. Okay, Thomas and I are fine. We're cool as I am with anybody else. I barely know the guy. I've had a few emails from him. I made a few videos from him before I knew who he was, and no, he doesn't fit into this conversation. He's non-sequential to anything that has to do with my life. And the fact that OG wants to run around and say that he's my father, that he gives me money, that I'm employed by him, even if that was true, what does it fucking matter? So anybody that's worried about fucking Thomas, it's just, I'm sorry that you're stuck in 2 years ago, dude, but we've got other things to fucking worry about. You know what I mean?
Well, just the answer, John Lemon on the Sartones. How does Schoenberger fit into this mess? Schoenberger never fitted into anything to do with me, you know that much. I never had any actual interaction with him beyond exchanging a few comments on his channel, and that's the only kind of type of interaction I ever had with him. I did try and suggest to him about coming on to the Scooby channel whenever the whole Freddy and China they were trying to take him down, all that their stuff, but he never come on. It never transpired, and I never had that was done to the comment section of his channel, and I never had any more contact with him.
Well, one question Thomas, that I've always asked is, you know, there was all this hoopla. Thomas is the internet boogeyman, right? Who did he fuck over to begin with to become the internet boogeyman? Because all the people that I've ever heard complain about him or bitch about him, they didn't have any legitimate complaints that he did something directly to them. So all these people are just taking up a defense of or an offense to internet boogeyman that has never had any dealings with them. You know, I don't understand that.
Well, I think that's all to do with it. I mean, a lot of that comes from the whole cicada thing, you know, and the whole mystery behind that. That's not really that never even came into our group. Thomas was never part of any of that or nothing that I seen about. And I never understood why, you know, Freddie and all decided that they should go after him. It's as I said, I never had any time with him. But
Well, I'm saying they're saying there are things I don't know. Absolutely, there's plenty of things I don't know. And Thomas may be a criminal. He may be a con man. He may be a crook. I don't fucking know. But he's never done anything to me, right? And so why would I just start attacking a person that's never done anything to me just because a bunch of other people are attacking him? That's what OG did. You know what I mean? OG just took up the offense and started attacking Thomas. I guarantee you Thomas has never probably never even emailed OG. So what the fuck is OG's deal? You know what I mean?
I think with OG, it's basically anything you can try and grab onto that puts a bit of stink to you, whether it's true or not. He's going to use it, because I've seen it. My experience with him, he's constantly used me, labeled me as selling out the gunk. No matter how many times I've proved that's a lie, and he can't produce evidence to suggest otherwise, he will still continue on with it. Even as last week, I mean, he made 8 videos there in a couple of days. 8 videos in 2 days about me, about Renee, about Treach, about all of us then going backwards and forward. He's obsessed. I mean, the guy's in lockdown at the minute, and he's lost his mind. Yeah, I think he's lost his mind because he's even going back through his video titles and including Bloody Dingo in the video title to make sure that my channel's name, so nobody forgets. And I'm like, dude, you were the one that got busted. you were the one that got busted LARPing. And here, they go on about the whole thing with Mr. Gunk, all of that stuff with Mr. Gunk, they would have had to do with the Archangel memorial thing and all that there, that they LARPed their memorial over. They wouldn't have had any of that if it wasn't for me. It was me and my pressure and my videos that prized that out. So it was that forced them cards. And there was a much bigger story to that than what OG made of it, which made me question things as well. It was like, why are they just looking at the small picture? Why are they not looking at the bigger picture? And the bigger picture was, hey, Renee, the bigger picture was that basically Mr. Gunk and others, because they labeled themselves on this, had, obviously been preparing in the background to LARP everybody emotionally, because they had this information ready on hand that day to put out. And because I had caught Mr. Gunk on tape talking about investigating these types of videos and telling the girl, don't be calling the police, he was then forced to freaking bring up this kid, this Facebook thing, and it's horrific. Like, and he basically dramatized it, made it into about money, and it was sickening. But none of that would have happened if I hadn't have forced the hand that day. So the whole thing, that
it's all bullshit, dude. There's another popular channel right now on YouTube called Authentic Intent. He's a Christian boy. GM CDXX is the one that pointed this out to me, and I did put out a video about it. Yeah, this dude's a fucking child molester. He's a fucking pedophile. Where's OG and all them for this shit, right? They want to fucking demonize Renee. They want to demonize fucking Malibu and Scooby. I lied a little bit in the chat ago and said that I haven't been watching their videos. Last night, I clicked on the latest OG video on his Busted Mangina's channel and listened long enough for him to say that you, Scooby, for 5 or 6 months now have been doing something to him. And I'm like, motherfucker, Scooby's been gone for 10 months. What the fuck are you talking about? So like, and I immediately just turned the video off. I don't want to fucking sit there and listen to some dude just fucking blatantly just tell lies about people. Okay, if Thomas got me my current job, OG. What is my current job? I'd like you to tell all of your followers where my current job is, because I don't know if everybody knows this, but they did try to get me fired from my last job. You know, those dingleberries did call Uber and get my background rechecked. I got a fucking email from them saying that they were having to do it. And I'm like, I was laughing. Well, my background hasn't changed since you fucking checked it the first time. So go ahead. And I maintained my job there. I could still go back and work for Uber and Lyft whenever the fuck I want. So, you know, all their emails and calls to Uber was just a waste of their time. And why would you go and fuck with a person's livelihood when you're fucking attacking me saying I'm getting paid off of YouTube and that I'm taking money for Pizzagate videos, but you go and call my fucking job and try to take the money that I'm making for my family away? Like, how does that make any sense? I've maintained my job the entire time. I've always put food on the table. I've always contributed to my family. And it had nothing to do with anything with YouTube or any fucking video I've ever posted on YouTube.
Yeah, that's a bit fucking shit. People trying to do that, and that's kind of like freaking. That's the worst. Like, you know, I mean, I get under. You know, if you'd actually. I just stuck for words, to be honest with you, because I can't believe they would do that. You know, but you know, this is people that you were friendly with. This is people that freaking. You had their backs, all the rest of it that you known. I mean, OG for a long time, especially, you described him as your best friend. You experienced a lot of emotionals up and downs. Like
the thing is the reason why OG took that title. I wasn't. Look, I swear to God, people, I wasn't on Twitter going, "Hey, I need a best friend," and OG's like, "Hey, I'll be that best friend." No. I worked with my best friend in real life for 8 years. We worked across. He was the cubicle just across from me. We threw fucking paper clips at each other all fucking day. All right. The dude died. He died right after Pizzagate started. And my last conversation with my best friend in real life was an argument about Pizzagate because he was a Hillary supporter. He was a Democrat. And we were always arguing about political bullshit. And that was my last conversation with my real best friend. So I'm on a fucking call with people that I thought fucking cared about me. And I'm saying, dude, I just lost my best friend. And the last conversation we had was an argument. I feel fucking horrible. Ryan was right there. OG Wan Kenobi's real name is Ryan. He was right there. Oh man, I'm so sorry. He's also got some shit that I won't fucking put out there that has to do with friendships in his real life. So we fucking bonded over that shit. And he took that fucking title. He said, I'll be your best friend. All right. So fuck you, OG, you piece of shit.
There's always, obviously, you know, a delicate subject for you, Treach in that manner. Like, and, you know, I don't blame you because we all go through difficult times in life, and you know, often it does happen when really bad crap kind of comes our way that somebody kind of appears from the background or comes in the foreground, and you know, you form a bit of a bond over things and stuff like that there. And I mean, that goes wrong, then it's fucking messy. Like, but I mean, I never understood why things had to go the way they went. I don't understand why now, you know, OG wants to carry on. You know, he thinks he's going to ruin me. I don't know what sort of ruin. I'm just a guy on YouTube, you know, that does the odd live stream, will do the odd video and talks to people in their live streams. You know, I'm not trying to be anything big or fancy. That's, you know, that's it. I don't know exactly what he wants to ruin. It's the same with everybody else. Like, I mean, it's like, what the hell, folks? You know, there's so much more going on in the real world that you're going to waste your energy. And it kind of shows you where they are in life as well. I mean, OG's like, he must be, what, 37 now, 38 years old. And, he's still where he was 2 years ago. And I don't know where he was before that. But I mean, I know where he was 2 years ago and where he is now. It hasn't changed. And I just go and live your life, man. Fucking forget about idiots like me and go and live your life. Don't fucking sit and worry what people are saying about you on the internet because I gave up a long time ago on that. See, the best thing I did, I stayed off YouTube on purpose for 9 months. And I must admit, probably the first month I didn't have much time to even think about it anyway. I was fucking run off my feet. I was too busy. And then after things quietened down, that side of things, I kind of missed it a bit. And it was kind of difficult then to stay off it. But once I got over the hump, it was like, yeah, I didn't miss YouTube at all. I was like, all right, okay. And with it coming back, that's why I was quite happy just to make a new channel and move on because I look back at it and I think it's fucking ridiculous at the end of the day, and it's still ridiculous now. But people want to keep it going. People, just fucking drop it. Leave everybody be. Let people get on with the one they get on with, and that's it. Because, and I'll tell you why I did come back. There's only one reason why I did come back, is because when I did leave, I didn't tell anybody. I didn't contact anybody. Renee and Kickstand were two people that I was very close with, and I would have interacted with every single day without fail. And when I left, I didn't contact anybody, and I felt really bad about that. And whenever all this COVID thing started happening, and I started seeing what was going on in America, I thought, oh man, I have to make sure these people are okay, because I did miss them. I did think about them. They were on my mind, and that was the only kind of side of YouTube that I did actually miss. So my point of coming back was to speak to them, and I was able to do that in Hangouts. And thankfully, Renee and Kickstand were cool enough that they didn't give me any shit about why didn't you fucking blah blah. Why did we? We were sitting worried. And no, they just fuck me. Good to see you. Blah blah blah, and things just went back to normal. Because that's what friends do. That's what So that's why I actually came back in the first place. And if OG's saying that I've been fucking, fucking him about in the last 5 months, I'd like to see evidence of that, because I haven't been online. I think it's 10 the line was drawn. I can play games too if people want to play games. I mean, I've got plenty of ammunition now that people haven't seen that I have found by myself. I could have done it long ago, and I didn't.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because I'm also I took OG's cue. I'm also working on a documentary of my own. It may take me 6 months to a year, but I'm not gonna start a GoFundMe or anything and ask for any donations. This is all for free. This feature length documentary. I'm actually I'm gonna save up my money, you guys, and I'm gonna buy a $500 sweatshirt for it, because I feel like you got to wear a $500 sweatshirt for a documentary of this caliber. You know what I mean? To show everybody how serious you are and that you're not a joke. And so I'm gonna buy me a $500 sweatshirt, and I've got a documentary coming, and it's gonna break the internet, dude. I swear to God, it's gonna break everything wide open. It'll be great.
Well, let's hear. I see somebody in a comment, Sarah, saying about OG and Freddie breaking up. Why is OG not going after Freddie? Freddie.
I could tell you why.
Freddie lied to him apparently over the memorial thing. Freddie is the reason why he looks bad. you know, and because Freddie believes in some conspiracy theories. See, here's the thing, folks, in case you don't understand this, OG does not believe in conspiracy theories. He thinks we're all lunatics. We're all nutcases, all of us.
So why is he even here?
Exactly, because he wants to out all he wants to make us all look ridiculous, basically. He's dragging other people into things, but again, as I said, if there's who's made him look the worst, it's Freddie. But OG has said nothing about him, you know. And I'm either saying, okay, they're either playing that they broke up, or they've both got enough dirt on each other that fucking they'd ruin each other. You know, that's my theory. You know, they've got too much dirt in each other, so they're not going to start each other.
Maybe Facebook wasn't doing it for him then, like talking shit on truthers, and the only reason you're around these people is just to solely talk shit about people. What does that say about you? You just want to be relevant.
Well, you see, the whole thing came about whenever it was found out about Dave T and all the rest of it, right? And it was to bring it the attention of why are you not making videos? Why are you not warning the community about this guy? And none of those big channels ever did, you know, until it was Hank Honeybee did, until it was forced on her. And she eventually called it out then, but then it then turned into attacking Honeybee, attacking Titus Frost. You know, once she had called them out, that still continued. In fact, it ramped up. I was a wee bit miffed by it. I was like, well, so they've done what they want, what you want. Now you're going after what they're doing. Now, as it turns out, at the time we weren't aware of, but as it turns out now, the documentary Kids Inc. still hasn't come out. Tens of thousands of dollars was taken in donations from the public to make this documentary. I have seen clips on it. I do assume that there is some sort of documentary. Why it hasn't come out, I don't know. Maybe there's some sort of legal issue. I don't know. Who does know? But the fact that they kept their silence on it and never came back to update anybody looks a bit damning. But at the end of the day, when you start a GoFundMe or something like that, there you're asking for donations. Look, if you ask for donations to build a new house and people give you the money for it, and you get donations to say, do you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to buy a new car. You know, these people who donated can't then turn around and say, oh, what the fuck are you doing? You're supposed to be buying a house, but you've bought a car. You know, once you give your money over to people, that's it. There's no contract with anybody. You know, that's it. You hand your money over to somebody, then fucking your part is played. If you don't want people, you know, that's why I've always believed that be very careful who you give your money to, because a lot of people on YouTube, and it's just not the truth community, there's various drama communities, flat earth communities, there's all sorts of communities out there, UFO communities, freaking Mandela effect communities, all these communities out there, and there are scammers in every part of it. I do feel that these guys ended up scamming people because they haven't produced anything and haven't explained anything to the people who supported them. But is there anything criminal in what they've done? The answer to that is no. There's not. They haven't done anything criminal. Is it bullshit? Does it look fucking bad for them? Yes, it looks very fucking bad, and it is bullshit, and it's wrong, and all the rest of it. But ultimately, you phone the police up. There's no there. There's nothing. There's no laws broken. There's nothing. So I mean, what can you do apart from make 1,000 videos about them every week? So, you know, that whole side of things is just like, okay. And I feel OG now is kind of, he's out of steam. He's on his own. I always thought Freddie was a bad influence to them. If anybody remembers, at the very beginning, I used to say I give fucking OG the benefit of the doubt because I felt Freddie was fucking, pulling his strings. But now that I see Freddie and OG apart, I'm like, holy good fuck. Freddie wasn't pulling his fucking strings. OG's just fucking this nasty piece of work.
Yeah, maybe OG's the one that was
Pulling.
like, hey, Freddie, I got this guy Treach over here. Let's bring him in because he knows Thomas. That's pretty much what fucking happened, right?
Maybe fucking Freddie has had his fucking strings pulled by fucking OG. We'll never know because the two of them obviously aren't wanting to talk about it. And if Freddie does listen to this,
oh, I think if there's such honest people and people should really listen to them, then they need to tell what they know about the other. Then, right?
Well, yeah,
because they both made insinuating comments that they know. Freddie knows that OG's not clean. He said that in his last fucking video. He said, "I know." I know there's shit about OG that he don't want me to fucking make a video about. You know what I mean? So, if you're such an honest person and you want people to just trust you and listen to your what you have to say, then tell us what the fuck OG's really up to then.
Yeah. Because, they were quick enough to fire off all this shit about me. None of it proved. And all of it I debunked. But when it comes to the other, they're not wanting to say anything. But, we're supposed to believe their credibility's intact. And I don't think it is.
Well, if you're not a truther and you're in the truther community just talking shit, then you don't have credibility to begin with. And as far as I'm concerned with the Schoenberger stuff, I was skeptical of him just coming from the Lift the Veil side of things. And that's where I saw and probably chatted with Freddie at some point in the early days before he left. And then
well, that's where I met Freddie.
Yeah, he was in the Lift the Veil streams back in the day. And so was I, but I was there, when I first saw Lift the Veil, he had the call in, and it took me a while before I called in, and I started calling in kind of regularly, maybe once every week or two. And then he had some flat earther Jeranism on there. And then I was immediately skeptical of Lift the Veil. Like, this is kind of like the wrong way to go. And now, look, I don't want to drag all that stuff in there because, I know people have their beliefs and stuff, and that's part of having tolerance, and I'm trying to learn it. But, I was skeptical of Lift the Veil from that. And then sometime later, he was streaming with Titus Frost, and then at some point, Schoenberger was implicated in all that stuff. And then I talked to Lestat before, that was last year, and quite a few times. Maybe a handful, really. And I wanted his take on it because, you want to hear people's stories. You gotta hear both sides of.
Yeah.
Shut up, Mark Smith. Yeah, I wanted to hear both sides of the story, and even when I started talking to Treach a couple months ago, I asked him about it, and he was forthcoming about it and told me his side. So, as far as how Thomas became the internet boogeyman, it's seeing that maybe a multi-channel network was going on with Lift the Veil, Unirock, Titus Frost, Defango, numerous others, Blackstone Intelligence, Phoenix Enigma. So you see him pulling strings and sending messages to these particular YouTubers. And the fact that they're all at the time talking Pizzagate stuff, and I wanted to look into Pizzagate, and I did for a while, and there's something there to it, but I didn't really, keep digging into it, because to me, ultimately, the bigger picture was more important than just that sect of it. And if anything, it looked like it might have been hijacked and kind of leading people astray from the issues at hand at the time. So I left it to the side for the most part, but it's still there, and I still consider it. But with the multi-channel network and how Freddie came about from Lift the Veil's channel, I don't know, if he was there from I know he was there from the start, but I don't know like what his level of involvement was other than being in the stream chats. So
He was a moderator, so he was.
Yeah, and so was I, and I was actually the one that was responsible for suggesting to Stoltman to get on Twitch.
To
And
me,
then
to
they
me,
gave me a lot of-
Thomas has a significant background. If it's true, there, some of it may be fabricated. I don't fucking know. But in reality, he's an old dude who struggles with health issues, and he probably really enjoys people bringing his name up and all this shit. Like, to me, he's just another dude, just like everybody in the chat.
Yeah, well, I mean, I never even heard of fucking Thomas Schoenberger until fucking it was something to do with cicada thing or whatever, and I was never interested in fucking cicada. Yeah, they did puzzles and all, but I just wasn't interested. Now, I used to sit and the way it used to be was Lift the Veil would go live, and he would clear up, and then fucking Defango would go live. So it kind of shifted over from Lift the Veil to Defango, and then kind of when Defango was round up, fucking Unirock was starting out his channel at that time as well. Because I mean, I subbed to Unirock. I don't even think Unirock had 100 subs. Fucking when I subbed to friggin' Lift the Veil, he had less than 500. And in fact, I think fucking Defango was probably bigger than all of them at that point, but
Yep.
that didn't last long. And so there's no doubt, look, these guys all worked in the background together.
Just point blank, the reason why Defango ever had a problem with Thomas and never put any content out about Thomas, the reason why Lestat ever had a problem with Thomas is because neither of them felt that they made enough money off of him. That's why. That's the goddamn truth. Both of them felt like that Cicada was bringing in more money, and they felt that they deserved a bigger piece of the pie. That's why Defango and Lestat turned on Thomas.
Well, that's normally at the root of all problems. Money, between people, it ruins friendships, relationships. Money. But these guys, there was no doubt everybody was LARPing. When I was in the Defangos, then it introduced me to George Webb and then Jason Goodman. I mean, they were all LARPing together. But these LARPs, these groups, they may not be interacting with each other anymore publicly, but the channels are all on the go. Fucking George Webb is front and center of this whole COVID thing, drift nonsense on YouTube, right? The Chinese government are using his fucking conspiracy as truth to call out the fucking American government, the president. They're to call them out. So George Webb is like front and center of this huge international. I don't think people actually comprehend what that fucking how big that is. He is slap bang in the middle of that. The same guy who was slap bang in the middle of the freaking that tanker thing. You remember the fucking dirty bomb nonsense like that? Nothing happened. So it's all majority. There's no doubt in my mind from 2000 something happened in 2016 that all of a sudden fucking LARPing took over. A lot of channels were taken off YouTube that I used to watch. The kind of truther channels that did things on Boston bombing and Sandy Hook and Obama covering a whole load of other shit and they all kind of disappeared. They all got took out, and all these new channels came in their place. And the next thing, because they all came a few months before, or maybe 6 months before friggin' Pizzagate started. They were all there for the who shot Seth Rich thing, and it just like it really at one point, one of the insiders of this whole Thomas Schoenberger network was trying to tell me, did tell me that the whole WikiLeaks thing is that they had took over the website, and were the merchandise that was being sold was actually their merchandise, and they were making the money off it. I don't know if there's any truth in that, or whether it was just bullshit or what, but that's what they told me.
Well, when you think about when all those new channels like Lift the Veil, Unirock, and Defang and all that all kind of sprung up out of nowhere to me, because I've been watching YouTube videos for a long time and making comments, and I've been paying attention since the beginning. All the stuff from Sandy Hook and before, Broward, Colorado, theater shooting. And so all these things, I've watched it play out over the last decade. And yeah, channels like Max Malone that did videos on Sandy Hook and Boston bombing, when he did the French fries and gravy video, which got scrubbed off the internet. His channel, he took his channel down, or it went down somehow, and then he just disappeared. And then when he came back, he's bringing up content that's not even relevant, and it doesn't matter. It's misleading. And then when the new channel sprung up out of nowhere, I was really curious about it, and it started with Lift the Veil, and I was really curious how they got that much traction. And now you're saying that the Chinese government's using somebody's content as leverage
pushback.
Point
Yeah,
as a pushback. Yeah, it's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
So it tells me right there that there is an MCN going on there, and it is to mislead and draw people away from truther stuff.
If you go back pre-2016, right? I was around before that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And look at the last 4 years. The last 4 years has not been about exposing truth. The last 4 years has been about drama.
Yeah. Even the MCN channels had their little fabricated dramas. I've seen it. So yeah, it's about dividing people and the truther community up so that nobody's united to actually draw together. Imagine if all those people that are in those channels still that don't know about the MCN and people here in this community, if we all knew the same thing and we all bound together, we would have a lot more traction. And that's part of an operation is to divide and conquer. So it makes sense that they would be a government operation of some sort. So, and when you include
there's something there. It doesn't necessarily have to be a government operation. I mean, it could be something as simple as fucking people who'd be involved with TV companies and stuff like that. There, seeing an opportunity, getting into YouTube, drama. You look at the drama community, right, where they're always fucking falling out and he said, and all that other stuff. That's like so reality TV stuff, and that's what I feel like is productions. YouTube, the Truther community got turned into a production, and George Webb. That's the guy who I was saying about the Chinese government is using his conspiracy theories and what he's coming up with as pushback on the Americans, right?
Hey, I gotta run to the bathroom. I'll be right back, guys.
No problem. No worries, Treach. He is definitely part of a production company. That whole fucking line, man. All of those people. I definitely believe there's some sort of production there. They have to sign a non-disclosure. They do get some sort of contract, and maybe someone fell out. Maybe they felt they should have got more money or didn't get the money that they got, or somebody got more money than them and they felt they didn't deserve it and all this shit. Because, as I said, money is the root of all evil, and it causes problems everywhere. But ultimately, that's what I believe happened to the Truther movement in 2016. It got turned into production
Yeah,
for TV.
and
You know,
and we were talking. I remember a group of people that I was in forums with. They were truthers and stuff, and we always agreed that that truth content shouldn't be asking for money. You know, we should be
Yeah.
bringing the truth without e-begging. And all these new channels, that's what they do. You know, subscribe to me and buy my t-shirts, and Unirock's doing the video game stuff, and he's asking people to sub him to get these special benefits and perks to talk to him and stuff. And I sub Unirock for 1 month, and you know, I was in his Discord and he was playing video games, and I was like, well, are we going to talk or what? And he was like, he just put me off. So ever since then, I was like, no, you're. And then later on, I see that he was part of the MCN anyway. So I'm probably benefited myself there and not getting involved with him. But these MCNs are there. They sprung up in, you know, Pizzagate eras prior to 2016, and they're all on the same page, and they're all pushing the same shit. And now you look at the newer parts of the MCN, your Blackstone Intelligence and the Fina Enigma from last year, that they're still rolling out new channels, and these new channels are still trying to take portions of the truther community or truth, you know, anybody that's there. I don't know if you'd call it a community or not, but the whole purpose is to mislead and beguile them. Blackstone Intelligence last year was saying, don't be harassing the Sandy Hook families and stuff. And sure, no, you shouldn't be doing that anyway. But he was regurgitating the official narrative, and that's when I knew that he was, you know, that was bullshit. And then Unirock did the same thing. So they're trying to turn people away from all that stuff.
Yeah. OG's appeared. What about you? OG busted Mangianas. He's been out having a beer and shut down. That's interesting. Shut down. He's out having a beer. I don't think so. Anyway, your email. I will address you. You didn't want anything to do with that live stream. You bitched and complained the whole time during that live stream. It wasn't you that asked to see the email. It was Freddie that wanted to see the email. And if Freddie wants to see the email, I will show Freddie the email. There's also a video made. If Freddie wants to see the video, I will show Freddie the video. But you've got fuck all to do with, kid. So there's your answer. Cheerio, OJ. Put your name in the title because this is for you. You like to think that we're talking about you all the time, so I thought, yeah, why not?
Yeah, see, like I said, you know, OG thinks that he can run his mouth about people, but people, once we respond, then we're asking for it. Well, fucking come get it, bitch. You know what I mean? I know personal shit about you, dude. And for you to come and attack me out of the blue for no fucking reason is just retarded. You're not a very smart person.
There's a link for you, OG. You're more than welcome to join.
And there's a Christian fellow mon spreading fucking bullshit about people, just making shit up like he does. Hi, fellow mon. It's good to see a good Christian in the crowd, treating people well, you know, Christ-like and all.
Fucking saying I raped my mother. You fucking sick fuck, are you?
Yeah, kind of a Christian would even imagine that shit. You fucking weirdo.
Fucking sickos.
I'll give OG a few minutes to jump in here and let everybody know how I'm just the worst person on the internet. And I'll let him fucking embellish however he wants. I do have to go to work here in a little bit, so I don't have a lot of time. As I've kept my job this entire time, you little piece of shit, and I pay my own bills. It must be nice to afford a $500 sweatshirt when you don't have a fucking mortgage to pay for, and you don't have fucking kids to raise, and you don't have a fucking family to take care of when you got your daddy fucking paying your bills for you, you fucking bitch.
Ooh, shit.
Damn.
Never had his own house, never had a real relationship, lives with his fucking dad, doesn't even have a fucking poster on his wall, but he talks down to everybody that like he's the fucking king of the world. Fuck you, you fucking piece of shit.
There's a link there for you. I don't know who Only 11 Inches is, and I don't know who OG's therapist is. But OG,
call me Teardrop Treach. I dare you to. I fucking. I'll give you $1,000 if one of you produce a video of me fucking crying. Produce it.
Woo.
So here, OG, just while you're there, yeah. I mean, I'm still waiting for you to show the evidence that I sold out. You know, all these videos you keep on putting out that I sold out, the friggin' Mr. Gunk and all the rest of it. We're still waiting.
OG dreams about Thomas Schoenberger's dick. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? I don't even talk to that guy. I haven't talked to that guy in fucking months. You got to get Thomas's dick out of your mind, OG.
OG's therapist is in the chat.
Oh, we got a therapist. Let's hear it.
We've got a therapist. I've got a feeling I know who that is.
Hello.
Oh, there we go. I wasn't wrong.
I'm just here to be supportive of OG's feelings.
Well, he's started his own wee support group there, Busted Manginas, and a few of them have come in the chat here with him.
And I'm his main moderator, and I just want to come in here and help him explain his feelings because he's having a lot of trouble.
He's having homoerotic obsessions, and he needs to get some help.
Jeez.
Yeah.
How many times, OG? How many times have I told you? Why are you wasting your time on here? It's fucking Friday night, Saturday night. Why aren't you out getting a female? Remember you told me you used to be a disc jockey, you used to be a DJ, and I'm like, hell, DJs get all kinds of pussy. Why aren't you out fucking meeting women? Probably because you don't have a home to bring them back to, you don't have a car to bring them back with, and you barely got enough fucking money to buy a $500 sweatshirt so you can brag about it on fucking YouTube.
Don't forget his Ray-Bans that are too big for his face.
Oh shit!
Oh, he's about, what is he? He's about fucking 10 stone wet, for fuck's sake. So he is. He said, what are you? 5'2", 10 stone wet? He thinks he's a fucking man. He's gonna tell fucking men what to do. A fucking boy of YouTube gonna tell men what to do. I don't think so. I like said, OG, you're more than happy to expose me. I don't mind. You put whatever you want out. Doesn't really affect me. But I will repay the favor. You can bet your life on that. And don't come fucking crying.
I'm not going to wait around for him. That bitch knows where I'm at. These motherfuckers don't come to my streams. They don't talk shit to me personally. And I've said it before to you, to your face, OG. You aren't a man enough to fucking step to my face, bitch. Fuck off. I got to go to work. Y'all have a good night. I'll be listening as I can.
All right. No worries, Treach. Thanks for dropping in. Now, some of you may remember there was a time when I tried getting onto one of OG's streams, and he kept on, oh, he couldn't invite me, couldn't drop a link, and all this shit, and made up 1,000 excuses. And then a time before that, I was dropping him links, and he couldn't get on, and I've dropped him links again, and he's probably still going to say he can't get on. There's a pattern there, so there is. It works with everybody else, but just not OG for whatever reason. I'm going to be wrapping this stream up shortly, so anyway, I've been going for an hour and 20. This isn't going to be a run of the norm thing for me. I'm not going to be sitting fucking talking about OG Wan Kenobi all the time. But I just felt that because he wants me to talk about him, he's putting videos out about me. He's started a channel to talk about me. It's like, holy crap. So I must let everybody know about OG Wan Kenobi. But it's good to have Treach in. It's good that I was able. See, the thing is, me and Treach had a chat. We were able to resolve our differences, and we were able to realize too that both of us had been played somewhat against each other. So, there's things that Treach knows that I don't know, and there's things that I know that Treach doesn't know. And I'm pretty sure things are going to get interesting in the near future. These people want the gaslight. Whew. I hope you can stand the heat, because when I burn, it fucking scars.
Scooby. Exactly. Well, the truth hurts, and that's what OG doesn't have. OG, you don't have the truth on your side. That is a big problem. And I think that's why you're running damage control, running your mouth, and acting like a little spastic ballerina, making a channel and making videos and crying about shit because you know what kind of person you are. And the squeaky wheel gets the oil, right, OG? Well, we're going to squeak a little bit louder. So get your oil, buddy.
No, I'm going to put the oil in his fucking squeak.
True that, Scooby. Exactly.
I had enough of the nonsense. I didn't come back here to
At what
fucking.
point? I mean, right? You let them lie forever. I mean, you were gone for almost a year, and they still remember this. OG, Freddie, Wake Now, all you guys. For a year, he was gone, not in comments, not on YouTube. We weren't even talking to him, and you were still bringing him up in every single stream, in videos. You were talking about Treach. None of these people were around anymore. And it seems to be digging. You think you're going to find gold, but there's no gold left, bros. You burned that shit out a long time ago.
I'd be honest with you. I think OG's got a bit of a crush on me. I think he likes the skinhead, the Irish accent and all. I think he can't get enough of it. He talks about me being a fatty and all the rest of it, me being fat. Well, I suppose anybody would look bigger next to him. Maybe that's what he likes. Maybe he likes somebody who's a bit of a fatherly figure to him. Likes to be put
wasn't
in
that
his
what
place.
Freddie was? That's what Freddie was to him for a long. Freddie was helping him when, OG, do you have a job yet? I mean, I know it's hard being single and living in your parents' house and all, but could you muster getting a job for years yet? I mean, for fucking real, you want to run your mouth about me? I at least contribute to society.
The guy is nearly 40 years old, and he's done nothing in his life. Nothing. I mean, what the? Oh, sorry, tell a lie. He made a documentary about the MCN on YouTube.
Oh, he's back. He's back in chat for you. Guys, don't time him out.
Oh, yeah. I don't know who timed him out. I know I didn't time him out anyway.
Oh, kick.
I mean,
well, hey, you still have one more account you can try it on. At least one more. Which one is it? The Mangina one he can come back on.
Well, Treach is gone now. There's no point in coming on now. Treach is gone.
Yeah, but he's got a bone to pick with you, Scooby.
He's no
He's
bones to
got a
pick
big
with
bone to
me.
pick.
He had his bones to pick whenever I went on the Flow Destroyers channel, and he didn't want to talk. He got on like a little baby, got on like a child,
I know. Well,
cantankerous little
Mamser's
child.
asking.
So
Mamser's asking why won't he come on, and this is par for the course, Mamser. OG won't come on because he has no balls.
He bottles it,
because he doesn't tell the truth, and he's a fucking bullshitter. That's
and
why he doesn't come on.
it's always somebody else's fault. You know, it's a joke. That's what he always does. Whenever I try getting onto his live stream, I can't drop a link, but he has a Google fucking laptop, and it's of course Google aren't going to make our laptops work with their own software, But the crazy thing was, before any of this, before I wised up to what was going on, there was never a problem getting on anybody's stream. I was always able to get on theirs, and they were always able to get on mine. No problem. Until now. So I'm disappointed in OG2. I thought he would have come on here and talked to Treach and explain what the fucking problem was with Treach. Like, I mean, Treach was his best friend. I can understand him having a problem with me. I mean, I busted his ass. I caught him lying. I found him out, and I showed everybody. I can understand why he doesn't like me, but Treach. Nah, come on. He's fucking set Treach up. I don't want to get started. I'll trigger. I wonder here, will you be up to 5 o'clock this morning, OG, making videos, will you? Imagine being up at 5 o'clock in the morning making videos about me. Oh, fuck.
That means he wakes up thinking about you, Scooby. That's pretty sweet.
He never
OG.
stops
really
thinking
romantic.
about me. Here, I also like the way you hid your wee video about Cosette. You put it out and then you hid it again. He puts these videos out on all his channels, right? Attacking people, and then he hides them very quickly, and then he acts like he didn't do anything. So when these people come back on him, he then says, "Oh, see, I didn't do fuck all. Look at all these people attacking me. I'm a victim."
I have a conspiracy about that. Maybe.
Go ahead.
He's made some new friends, and it's not conducive for him to be attacking friends of his friends. His new friends. Well, they're not even really friends.
Acquaintances. Yeah, it could be.
Yeah,
could be.
But
like,
this is gonna hurt FM and OJM's feelings.
Yeah, the people that don't. Hey, Ghost. You know the people that don't stalk.
Oh yeah,
they're over on OG's channel, attacking Scooby and I and everybody else. It's fun. The non-stalkers. Let me preface it. The non-stalkers who follow us around to our live chats and other people's videos and channels and make comments under our comments, who are now commenting on videos made about us. They're not stalking. Let me be clear.
Oh yeah, right. The definition is quite muddy with them. No idea. You're gonna have to link me to this these shenanigans. I've been hearing about it for a while, so you guys are gonna have to send me a link about it. I guess I don't want to get involved, but I just want to see what it is. I might have.
It's more weak shit. It's more weak shit. Just lay another. It's like tracing paper. There's the typical MO, and you lay tracing paper over the typical MO, and you add in the details that attack the particular channel you're after, and then there you go, you got a plan. It's the same thing over and over. They're using the same words, the same accusations, the same tactics of doxing, calling employers, calling CPS. I mean, did we discuss how they were harassing Jamie Deluxe and calling CPS on his family? These people who were supposedly supporting the Pizzagate movement, that they were attacking other Pizzagaters. Somebody made that comment in the chat. They were attacking other Pizzagate researchers. Yeah, they were. Why? Instead of working with them, why were they attacking them? One has to ask themselves that.
Like, I mean, look, I know there was a bunch of grifters joined up together to fucking make the most out of Pizzagate that they possibly could, right? Some of them lift the veil and Titus and fucking all the rest of it. But ultimately, there is something I believe going on with Pizzagate. I don't believe it's just a conspiracy theory. I think there is some there, but unfortunately, because of all the crap, and I think that was done deliberately, because of all the crap now, it's ruined. I did see a video, bit of a documentary there on it recently, a couple of guys from Hollywood, and it was very interesting up until they brought Liz Croken in. And as soon as they brought Liz Croken in, I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. It's because she's an absolute hack. I don't think that woman's any credibility left because she got in the mix with Honeybee and all the rest of it. So, that's why, like, but I do think there's something to it. There can't be not. But the theory that OG presented in one of his videos there that it couldn't be true because no victims have come forward. Well, that doesn't mean anything. Sometimes it took fucking 30 years for victims to come forward in some of the cases that happened in the UK. People who were abused and breaking children's homes in the 70s, it took like 30, 40 years before people came forward. They didn't want to come forward, and of course, a lot of these channels that did bullshit in the Pizzagate, victims were invented who, came in and played the part of a victim and all this shit. So it really fucking hurt that. But I do think there's something on. But I also think it's a Republican problem too. Not all Republican fucking politicians, but I would say there's a few of them there that's involved. The same way as I don't believe all Democrats would be involved either. Like, there's no way all Democrats would be involved in something like that. But there's bound to be a few. I do find it very dubious that it was linked to Comet Ping Pong, and then your guy David Brock got involved with Google, Alphabet, and I still can't remember his name, to start to take down the right wing fucking news, basically, and start, what's the word? I can't think of any other. See, my head's gone, folks. It's getting late, but ultimately there has to be something there because there is some things that just don't add up, and Comet Pizza is a real fucking dodgy looking place.
Oh yeah.
When you saw the photographs and stuff, now some of the photographs, you could make them sound worse than what they were, but ultimately there was a lot of real fucking, even people associated as friends, they had strange pictures. It was just real fucking sleazy looking. I mean, even if they weren't into anything, it's kind of like saying, what are you fucking into if you have shit like that on your fucking, was it Instagram or something?
Instagram. Yeah, Instagram. Oh, let's not forget the GQ's magazine's 50 most influential people or powerful.
Oh, get this. OG just said he had an interesting conversation with Cosette earlier, and that
was this
a bunch of fags. Oh, OG, look at the chat. He talked to Cosette and thinks he's gonna get the truth. She's ready.
Well, here's the thing.
Bro. Get it.
He put out a video today about Cosette.
Yeah, and he retracted it.
Slamming her, and he retracted
enemy of
it.
My enemy is my friend. You two fake fucking pieces of shit. We know you.
Oh, we've seen that pattern. How many times? Over and over and over and over again.
Point of this is, at the end of the day, right? There's a group of people who have had enough of all the bullshit. Will want to hang out and fucking live streams, talk to each other, share information. One of them there, I think, I've watched quite a few of her shows now. Citizen Reporter 3. She puts out some cracking information there. I mean, stuff that you wouldn't even think about, that you wouldn't even consider to think about, that nobody has really even been talking about when it comes to that trade agreement and things like that there, and what it means in the future. And she's been putting stuff like that there too. And it's interesting. These aren't huge channels. These are just people getting together, sharing information, communicating, having a laugh and a joke, and that's it. And I think ultimately that's what this pocket is. Nobody's interested in who wants to be a fucking big YouTuber. Nobody. We all know what it is. So we're not really your scene, OG. And if that's all you've got, that you had a good chat with Cassette. Cassette is a nice lady. I don't believe she would talk to you after the way you treated her. I don't believe that she would. I think you're making that up, OJ. Just like you make everybody else make everything else up. It's all in your head. The guy even thinks he's been out for a drink when all the bars are closed to lockdown.
Oh, bam! Oh, shit. Oh, my God.
He thinks he's been out for a drink. That's how fucked up his head is.
That's a fucking blast right there. That was a fucking call out on a lie. Straight up. Oh, my God. I didn't even think about that. Damn. Woo! So much for that credibility.
Yeah.
Sharp, Dingo. Very sharp.
Right, folks. It's been fun. It's been a nice wee stream, and it's been dedicated to OG Wan Kenobi, just for him, because he likes to believe we're all talking about him. So I felt, well, maybe we should do a stream where we just talk about OG Wan, and this is what we've done.
Maybe we should make a new channel just to talk about OG, just for him.
Well, what would you call it? Oh.
I would call it I Need a Nappy Change. He's a whiny little bitch, dude. I mean, he's just sinking further down the hole when he's sitting there like, I had a nice chat with Cosette. Dude, you just discredited yourself to holy hell. Like, you were already discredited, but that just destroyed you. And I love you, Scooby, but Cosette is not a nice person. She's a hurt person, but I know she ain't a nice person.
But all I'm saying personally is I have no issues with Cosette.
No, I know,
so
but I don't have any opinion.
I don't have any issues with Cosette. Actually, OG treated fucking Cosette very poorly. Him and fucking Mark Underwood fucking went to town on fucking Cosette, and the result was they started accusing her of fucking trying to deathlarp me, etc., and it just, what a fucking mess. So I don't believe fucking that Cosette would sit after these guys called her all the names that they treated her like dirt in front of everybody, that she would then go back and tell stories to them. Not that there is any stories.
Yeah, why would she? I mean, for people that treated her so poorly.
Because I still have copies of all interactions I've had with Cosette. So I still have all my conversations with Cosette. So I can compare,
She was always worried about you, Scooby.
I know she was. She was concerned about me. She went out of her way. She was only asking him to fucking she was only asking him to know how to contact me and stuff, and they started fucking giving her shit, calling her a fucking the most horrible fucking names, man. And like they do to us, like they do to you, they do to Kickstand. I mean, it's always women with OG. He's always attacking women. And the names that he calls them. There's a lot of guys around here that like to attack women, and I don't get it because I love women myself, personally. All women should be worshipped by somebody. But anyway, listen, folks, thank you very much for sharing your time with me. I will be streaming again, not on this subject, but I'll be streaming again here pretty soon, probably Friday or Saturday, and talk about some proper stuff instead of this fucking nonsense. For fuck's sake. Fucking a grown man making a channel, making videos in the middle of the night because he can't sleep because he's thinking about me. Yeah, he's got a wee crush, all right. Okay, Ghost, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
OG's therapist, thank you very much. And Treach, thank you very much for coming on. And OG, I don't know why you just won't keep coming on, you keep avoiding. You like to pretend that you're not, but you've always got an excuse. It's always everybody else's fault. All of us are the liars, and you're the only honest one out there, eh? Fuck. Okay, folks, that's me. Rant over. Have a good evening. Adios, amigos.